It's Week 14 of the National Football League, and we've got C.J. Stroud. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Texans and the Jets, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
It's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river, and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today it's a Week 14 matchup. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column. Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Here comes Dell on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3". He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around. Well, start on the ground with Pierce. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week. Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad. Play action. Stroud now. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I love those corners who can not only cover, but they might get a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away? Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll start at quarterback, a former star up in the Canadian League. It's Chris Strebler. We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Strebler to throw it. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, Strebler. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective. What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position? Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Wilson. 5 catches, 62 yards. And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass.
He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence, and he doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game, and who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now.
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. To throw is Strebler. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Stroud sets up the play action. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. John Mechie was his intended target. And it's 3rd and 5. When you talk about this Jets defense, they enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
He finds Wilson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Strebler. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Nico Hardman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Struggling, and he's got it. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now Strebler. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Cook is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Here's Tank down to return it from his end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans back out there and ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Stroud now on 2nd down. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for Woods last week: 3 catches, 57 yards.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. Over the middle here to Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down. You talk about this Jets defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
New York set to take the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So here's a 3rd and 14. To throw is Strebler. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. Back deep is Tank Dell. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Houston set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
A gain yard brings up 2nd and 9.
17-0 our score after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact low time there. And now 4th down.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's Strebler to throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Cook up the gut. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Now Strebler. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Flush to his right. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Robert Woods and the Texans back out there. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Houston.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And running with power here. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The 42-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. 1st down, Texans.
Stroud to throw it. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that stems the tide just a little, but this still a 2-touchdown game.
And I think that maybe that was a bit of a calming drive for this offense, and that's exactly what they needed. They were able to move the ball. They did some good things. It's still the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to go.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's on his way. Dalvin Cook, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
It got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
Oh, no.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out, and he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun is Strebler. He'll dump this off to Cook. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Fielded at the 20. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense taking over again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And now out comes Houston. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Caught by Woods. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And now they're in the hurry-up. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Stroud now on 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Again, it's Stroud. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd and 10, it's Strebler. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Final play of the half, Stroud. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And just a field goal separating the two sides. 10-7 is the score. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. It was the veteran Dalvin Cook who took center stage in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Here's Cook again.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Brings up second and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Strebler to throw it.
And complete, right side to Cook. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
13 yards. First down, Houston.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1.
At the 42-yard line.
Stroud sets up the play action. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Stroud off the play fake. And this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Pierce now up the middle. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Stroud here on 3rd and long. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out, and he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Strebler sets to throw on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Strebler. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46.
Off the play fake, it's Strebler.
Staying on it, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Malik Collins able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
On 2nd down, Strebler.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
To throw is Strebler. He had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
A 61-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 15-point game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one, but that is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
And here comes the Texans now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met it as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
1st down, Houston.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. From the 20, here's 2nd down and a yard. Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. But he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field and brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 1, Stroud.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Tegan Quattoriano
from 4 yards out.
And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Fairbairn good with the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Jets on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 4.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
On play action, Strebler.
And Cook has it, left side. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
And this is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Second and 10, here's Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud.
just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
132 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Now Strebler.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Shifts by him. Down the numbers. There he goes.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10. Stroud to throw yet again here.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
And this is where you can't help but think about our friend, the coach, the late John Madden, because this was his kind of football right here. Line them up and let them get after it down in the trenches. And as a running back, you just need that one crease, one sign of daylight. He finds it, and he barrels into the end zone. Touchdown, coach, just like you would draw it up.
And now it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On 1st and 10, here's Strebler. Catch is made by Hardman.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards and moves the sticks. Run play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Strebler. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He was defended by Garrett Stingley.
Here's Strebler. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Here's Strebler to throw. Open there, here is Conklin. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now Strebler. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Up the middle, it's Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunity.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. To throw is Strebler. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
But that's a killer, because you think you get it absolutely covered, and then he hooks it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Cook. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Cook. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Chris Strebler with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So Stroud and the Texans down by 12. A minute 45 to play. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Here's Stroud. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Stroud's throw completed to Mechie. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. Got his man, it's Woods.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now 2nd and 4. Meanwhile, Stroud's throw pulled in by Woods. Here's 1st down. Stroud to throw it. He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. There wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the 4th quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Jets, it's a rare bright spot as they move to 3-10 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for our entire